Have you ever wondered why God created blacks and whites? As you can imagine, the Almighty, the Creator, cannot do anything without a good reason. See, He could have created the whole human race as whites or blacks and avoided a host of problems like discrimination, which was prevalent all along history and is still one of the dirty phases of human attitude. The whites have successfully managed to make white the color of goodness, peace, happiness, whatever, angels. And they've also managed to paint black as a color of death, mourning, sorrow, haunting, whatever, all evil things. But then nothing can be more stupid than this. The reason why God created blacks and whites can be answered by a geneticist with great precision. There's something called hybrid vigor. When people who are unrelated get married and have children, their children have something called hybrid vigor. That's because unrelated genes cross over. Whereas if you marry within your family, immediate relationship, you end up with a kind of lack of vigor and vitality, which is associated with inbreeding or breeding within the family. So God created blacks and whites for the simple reason that the white skin has its own problems. It has very little melanin, is very susceptible to skin cancer and all kinds of skin ailments. And the black skin with plenty of melanin is resistant to all this, whether it's skin cancer or a host of skin infections. So when these two genes cross over, we have a generation who is fair in a healthy manner, not the paper white, unhealthy looking fairness of the whites. The crossover generation between blacks and whites would be fair in a healthy manner. They would have the required melanin content in the skin, and they would be resistant to the skin ailments, which is a contribution of the black gene. And they would look fairer than the black parent, which is a contribution of the white gene. So this is what God intended. But look at what man has done. Man has compartmentalized blacks and whites, racially discriminated the blacks, and gone in for inbreeding within whites, leading to generations which are unhealthy white, susceptible to all kinds of skin ailments. So please note, guys, God has the divine idea for everything, but the poor man who thinks he is very intelligent fails to understand any of it. In fact, there can be no other species as stupid as human beings. Human beings create plastic, knowing fully well that it cannot be destroyed, and ruin the planet. Human beings build huge dams without having a clear game plan for decommissioning it. When, how, what. End up causing disasters, dam collapses. Even the Three Gorges Dam, the world's biggest dam, seems to have moved in the face of the flood in the Yangtze River of recent times. Human beings create nuclear reactors without a game plan for shutting them down. Result is Chernobyl and similar instances. So this species would never learn. They wouldn't learn why the God created whites and blacks, to have a perfect blend in the next generation, to have the best of both worlds. But then, in his native stupidity, human beings discriminate racially, blacks and whites, inbreed, and end up with generations which have least resistance to skin problems. So much for the stupidity of mankind. Thank you very much.